Hey guys, I'm still alive. Wait, that's a new intro. Hey guys, I'm still alive. Welcome back to my channel. Now that would be my new intro from now on because I'm sick and tired of having the same intro as Manny anyway. So yeah, I'm starting to sound like him. So that's basically my new intro from now on. And it's been a while, and I'm just so grateful that even though I haven't had any uploads for a while, a lot of people are still subscribing to my channel, so thank you so much. And for those who are new, hi, please subscribe if you guys want more of me. Anyways, let's talk about something that I think I haven't really explained in the past vlog that I have, although I'm glad that a lot of people can relate to it. But I think seeing the video again, I think I haven't really explained that much. So here's a very detailed description of what it's like to be a goth here in the Philippines. And what better way to start off than in the household. So growing up as an alternative person, like I went through a goth baby bat phase to an emo phase and kid phase, and now as a actual goth. I used to get like a lot of comments from my parents, and I'm pretty sure anyone can relate, even though you're not in the Philippines, anyone can relate to this. A lot of the parents of course has a problem, like when you started liking dark things, you started wearing a certain style, you're starting to like a certain thing that is probably new to them or very foreign to them. They just had to assume the worst, you know. If I look like this 10 years ago, my parents would assume that I'm doing drugs or whatever. But a lot of their comments were just concerns of what people might say, which is not really all that bad, but at the same time, I don't really care what people say, so I don't think they need to be worried about that. But for a lot of people, especially for the other girls that I know, they keep complaining about how their parents insult them, they criticize how they look. It's like they're assuming that they're worshipping the devil, they're into darkness, like their life is going nowhere just because they look a certain way. And for others, their grandparents would react to them like really negatively, and also the relatives, the aunts and the uncles. Yeah, they have a lot of things to say, but here's a tip. It will pass. Cause with me, when I was in high school, when I was in my teenage years, they just assumed that I look like this because I got influenced by people or by the media, and they think that I'm going on the wrong direction. But now they see that I have a career, I'm making money. So basically they would just support me, and sometimes they would actually buy me like all black clothing, because I've made it clear to them that I'm not gonna wear it unless it's black and it's stylish, because I don't just wear black, I wear stylish black clothing. So yeah, for those who are complaining that their parents aren't really supportive of how they are as a goth, it will pass. You just gotta prove them wrong, because they're just scared that you might be heading towards the wrong direction in life. Yeah, because they don't really have this understanding of what our subculture is all about, and I don't think they even care to listen if we're going to try and educate them. So you just gotta prove them wrong. You just gotta live your life, stay strong. If you think that you're just tired of wearing goth clothing, then fine. I mean, you can still wear like black casual wear as a form of expression. I don't know, like I'm only gonna be coming from experience here. So yeah, just prove them wrong. First, focus on your career, focus on life. Once they see that you're in the right direction, they would just see your style as, you know, just the little things, you know, like they can tolerate it or whatever. Anyways, let's go to how our friends deal with this goth thing. So I have a lot of friends. I have like fashion friends, like preppy ones. I have like normie friends. I have sporty friends. I have like a lot of friends from different walks of life. And they would just ask you, why do you wear black so much? But for those who are really close to me, I think they already understand why. But for those who are just, getting to know you a bit more, like acquaintances and stuff like that, they would usually just ask you, why do you always wear black? Why do you like these things? And there are some people, like I would see this online, like they would rant about how insulting it is to ask such questions. And for me, I don't think they're insulting. I just see them as, they're just curious. They just want to know why. I mean, I don't know why people are offended by the question, why do you always wear black? If it's in a sarcastic tone maybe, or in a very condescending tone, then that's probably something to be offended by. But for people who are just curious, I mean, you can just tell them why. You can just tell them black is your favorite color. You like black things, you like dark things, and that's it. I mean, there's really nothing to be offended about it or something. Also, speaking of friends and acquaintances, a lot of times, especially in my high school days, like when people find out that I'm into rock music, I'm into like the dark subculture and stuff, they would greet me in the most unusual way possible. Like, get this. Imagine I'm walking in the hallway, nothing new, and someone from the other class would see you and they know that you're this cool, dark person, and they would be like, yo, rockers, yo! And I would just be like, what the fuck? It's weird, like, stop trying too hard. You can just simply say hi to me or whatever. Like, you don't need to do all these gestures and yoing me around. Like, first of all, yo is hip-hop. I think that's a hip-hop thing. We just say hi to each other. That's the normal way of human interaction. So I don't think it's necessary to even act a certain way to me. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people also can relate to this, because it's definitely weird. Like, it's weirding me out. Like, it's almost to the point that it's so cringy. It's very cringy. Like just stop. Just say hi to me. And speaking of strange interactions with humans, just because you look a certain way, strangers in public, yeah, they're just as strange as acquaintances and friends. Like, I get called like a lot of names, a lot of titles for being different, and the most common would be, as usual, emo. That's the only name or title that they know here. Like, when you dress in black, you're emo. You listen to rock music, it doesn't matter if it's metal, pop rock, or whatever, you're emo. You wear black lipstick, you're emo. You like My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco, well, yeah, that's emo. And I'm pretty sure if they see Robert Smith, they would label him as emo as well. That's how bad it is here. Also, during my college days, I get also called by strangers Avril Lavigne. Mainly because that's the only alternative person they know. She's not even alternative to begin with. Probably because of her skater boy days, that's why they get the impression that when I look this, I'm Avril Lavigne. Also, other labels that I get, very weird ones actually. I don't know where they get this, but they label me Lady Gaga. Nicki Minaj, just cause I used to have like the same hairstyle as her, straight hair, full bangs, yeah, and a lot of stuff. I hear like a lot of people in other countries, a lot of people call them really horrible ones. Sometimes people would even scream at them from across the street, and fortunately that hasn't happened to me yet, and I hope it won't. I think it's different from each country. Fortunately here, like, they're not that mean. They're not like, oh, Halloween is over, blah 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 blah. And yeah, now let's go to what people think we listen to. A lot of people would think that we listen to a lot of metal. A lot of people would add me on Facebook, and I would see them. They would be metalheads or stuff. I guess it's okay because they think that, you know, you're alternative, I'm alternative, we're alike. Sure. Problem is, I cannot really relate to metalheads that much, music-wise at least. A lot of people would also assume that I like Evanescence, which I do. I mean, they're not that bad, especially their first album. It's just that they're not goth. They're pretty much in the metal genre. Not sure which type of metal genre because I'm not all too familiar with metal. I like old school metal though, like Skid Row, AC/DC, and other metal bands. I hope I got that right. If not metal, then fine. Hard rock music, old school hard rock music. Yeah, that's what I'm into. But when it comes to goth music, not everyone likes it. Like, not everyone is all too familiar with it. Whether you're claiming you're goth or whether you're a normie, they're not really received that well here. I mean, a lot of people know music from The Cure. There are some who knows the band and the songs. There are some who are familiar with the song but not the band, and there are some who listen to the music and it would be familiar to them but they don't know the title and the band who sang it. Also, yeah, I've talked about misconception that we goths listen to metal. Like, a lot of goths I know listen to metal, but there are those who think they fit to the goth category, but they listen to mostly metal and they don't know much about goth music. Yeah, I cannot really relate to this type of people, although I'm happy that there are those who dress like me. I guess it's something to be happy about, that I'm not alone in this, that I'm not also the only one who's dark and who looks like a freak and stuff, because there are others also me. It's just that I get asked a lot, do you do Pop SummerSlam? And for those who don't know, Pop SummerSlam is like a metal event here in the Philippines. Yeah, I don't do metal festivals. Like, I can do like pop rock ones, only because there's no goth events here. There used to be, but I was lost in a different subculture at that time, and unfortunately I didn't get to experience being in a goth event. Yeah, so it's very unfortunate really, but I hope that there would be in the future, because we're trying to revive the goth subculture here in the Philippines, because I think it's not really lost, but it's very much very underground, and we're trying to somehow make it known to other people, just to show people that there's a goth subculture here in the Philippines. And for those who assume that, oh, I'm the only goth here in the Philippines, well, girl, you're not alone. You're not alone here. Yes. Also, speaking of the lack of appreciation towards goth music, because it's an acquired taste, a lot of people, they would listen to something that they would consider as music. Also, substance, creativity. I don't think a lot of people are into like the more creative, the more type of things that has depth in it, like has a deeper meaning to it. Because a lot of people, they like romantic films, they like the cheesiest films ever. They like this type of thing, like drama series. Like, they dig this very mediocre stuff. You know, like, if a lot of people would pick like a very mainstream movie versus an indie film, they would, majority at least, would pick the mainstream film just because they know the actress and the actress in it. They like the movie because it has a mistress in it and it's a love triangle gone wrong, or it's comedic in a way. When it comes to storytelling, it's pretty mediocre. They're not in for the very creative, with the deeper meaning type of storytelling. Mainly because it makes them sad, it makes them depressed, it makes them question more about the meaning behind this, and people don't want that. They want something that they can actually understand. They don't like the mystery, they don't like the mystique, they like thrill, they like the build up to the climax, they like to get excited, but in a way that they would still understand. Talking about film, because this is the like the perfect example of on how I describe most Filipinos in a way, because with indie movies there are like symbolisms behind it, and a lot of people would see it, some may not, I don't know. There are storylines, like something would randomly appear on camera and they would think it doesn't make sense, but it actually has a meaning to it. In a way, there's satire, there's irony, but people don't get that. They like to watch, they like to rather watch something that they get, that they are familiar with, which is drama, romance, and a lot of things really, like that people are actually used to. And with the music, it's like that as well. They're like listening to a familiar sound, and what's popular, what most people patronizes. I categorize goth as the mysterious type of music that nobody even wants here, because not everyone would get it. Some would think it's noise, some would think it's what is this even? Is this even music? Yes, it is. Also, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this, the weather. It's always a hot weather, and I'm always excited whenever in weather reports they would say that it would rain today, because that would mean a lovely walk outside. Because I super hate the sun. I hate it when it burns my face, and yeah, I worry about makeup too much because I spend a lot of time on it and it would just smell in the sun, like, you know, what a shame, right? Also because black attracts more heat, that's why no, I hate summertime. If I could, I would spend my summertime in cold places, like that's where I'd rather be than, you know, in some humid tropical place. So I think that's about it. I hope I did not miss anything. I'm just like revisiting this whole topic about the struggles here in the Philippines as a goth. And I'm getting tired of talking because I just got home from a seminar and the seminar was pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm so tired. I might revisit this once again just so I could put more thought in it, or I could put more new struggles that I forget to mention here. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm so tired, I'm so sorry. And if you guys do like this video and if you guys have related to a lot of the things I said, like this video and subscribe to my channel if you guys want more of me. Follow me on my Instagram, my other Instagram, and my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!